What's up guys, DylCraftZ here, welcome back to another reaction video. So we'll be reacting to 10 Kids You Won't Believe Are Parents by TheRichest. So, I don't believe it makes sense like a kid could be a parent, because they don't have that that hormone or something to be to be able to produce. You when you grow, you produce organs or hormones in your system, so you could be able to reproduce. I really don't get that. So let's see. What it depends on what the kids are, and if they if there's I don't know. Let's just get this started. Make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. We're almost up to 200 subscribers. And also follow my social medias. They will be displayed in the description down below. So you will follow me for updates for incoming videos and everything. So yeah, let's finally start this. But make sure to watch the original video first before you come back to my reaction to this video. So without any further ado, let's finally begin.
Even if your bundle of joy was eagerly planned for, it's not unusual for new parents to feel overwhelmed. The difficult task of parenting can be even harder when the parents are basically children themselves. We'll show you some of the youngest parents in the world. We can't conceive of a better way to stay connected to TheRichest than by clicking subscribe and turning on your notifications. Lena Medina. Let's start out by talking about the youngest confirmed birth mother in medical history. Lena Medina was only 5 years old when she made history by giving birth in her home of Lima, Peru. When her parents noticed her swelling abdomen, they first feared that she was developing some sort of tumor and brought her to the hospital. The initial doctor who examined her couldn't believe his eyes and called in specialists who confirmed that little Lena was 7 months pregnant. Because of this unusual and shocking situation, her story was carefully documented by physicians. Of course, everyone was wondering who the father of Lena's baby was, but he was never identified. Because of Lena's small size, she gave birth via cesarean section, and her healthy baby boy entered the world. The boy was named Gerardo after the doctor that had attended to Lena during her pregnancy. He was brought up believing that his mother was his sister until he learned the truth at 10 years old. As for his mother, she was psychologically a normal 5-year-old and usually preferred playing with dolls rather than her own child. Lena later married and even had another child 33 years later. She and her husband now live a quiet life together in Peru. Sherry Johnson. Although she was twice as old as Lena Medina when she gave birth, Sherry Johnson was still a child at 10 years old when she told her mother that she was pregnant. The father was an adult member of her church, creating a horrifying situation both morally and legally. Her mother did the rational thing and asked how Sherry felt about marrying the man who had impregnated her. Regardless of how young Sherry felt, a Florida judge agreed to approve the marriage between a grown man and a child in order to end the criminal case pending against the church member. At 10 years old, Sherry gave birth to a daughter, and when she was 11, she married the man who had impregnated her. Although that was the first birth, it wasn't the last, and Sherry would go on to have a total of 9 children with her now ex-husband. Unsurprisingly, their marriage didn't last, and after years of misery, Sherry finally gathered the strength to leave for good. Tyler Barker. When the world first heard that baby-faced 12-year-old Alfie Patton had recently fathered a baby himself, everyone was shocked. The mother of the child was 13-year-old Chantel Stedman, who gave birth to a girl named Maisie Roxanne. Alfie and his family hoped to do the right thing by Chantel and the baby, but in a truly Maury moment, it was later revealed that he was not the father. His family believes that the allegation was a ruse by Chantel and her family to gain lucrative media deals. So who was the real father of little Maisie? While young Alfie had once proclaimed that he was Chantel's only boyfriend, several boys had come forward admitting that they could be the child's father. It ended up being 15-year-old Tyler Barker, who broke down sobbing when he heard of the paternity test results. He admitted to hooking up with Chantel Stedman during a drunken one-night stand when he was only 13, which is a statement that should have been uttered by someone much older. He claimed that it was the only time he had been intimate with Chantel and called the incident the worst mistake of his life. Sean Stewart.
Oh my God.
Sean Stewart was just 11 years old when he got his next-door neighbor, 15-year-old Emma Webster, pregnant. When the pair were dating, Sean would climb across the roof just to meet up with Emma after dark. Although the pair used protection, happened to break one fateful evening. Initially, Emma thought she had come down with a stomach bug until she learned that she was pregnant. Sean even got the privilege of skipping school for the day when his son was born just a month after his own 12th birthday. His son, Ben Lewis, was born healthy, but becoming a new father was just the start of Sean's troubles. Emma vowed to complete her education despite becoming a mother. She eventually got married and went on to have other children with her new husband. Despite Sean's youthful statements about staying friends with Emma, he left school in his early teens and traveled, never staying in one place for long and not visiting his son for years. Sean was occasionally on the wrong side of the law and ended up serving a 7-month prison term for theft. April Webster and Nathan. April Webster became pregnant when she had just become a teenager. She was 13, the same age as her boyfriend, Nathan Fishborn. The pair met at school and their relationship quickly became physical. The day before her 14th birthday, April discovered that she was pregnant. Because of health complications, their son Jamie was delivered via cesarean section. He was born with a malformed esophagus and struggled to eat at first. Thanks to a successful surgery, however, he was finally declared healthy after an 11-day stint in the hospital. Despite his young age, Nathan was thrilled to be a father and loved caring for his son. In fact, his desire to have him for weekend overnights caused the two families to need a sort of informal custody agreement. Both sets of grandparents were hesitant and shocked when they learned of April's pregnancy, but claimed that they're glad Jamie is happy, healthy, and here. It's time for our trivia question. High school can be hard enough for most people to get through, but imagine having a child to care for on top of that. In the United States, what percentage of teenage mothers end up dropping out of high school? We'll tell you at the end of the video. Tressa Middleton. When she was only 9 years old, Tressa Middleton began running with a much older and wilder crowd. She had already started drinking and partying when she suddenly found herself pregnant at the age of 11 after being assaulted by her own brother. Needless to say, Tressa was shocked and devastated. Authorities were alerted and her brother Jason was imprisoned for 4 years as a result. All this was so much to deal with that Tressa ended up giving the baby up for adoption after giving birth at the age of 12. As she grew up, Tressa stopped relying on drugs and alcohol to deal with her trauma and ended up engaged. Sadly, she and her fiancé struggled to conceive, and Tressa wondered if she was somehow being punished for letting her firstborn be taken away. Finally, she was able to announce a healthy pregnancy. Tressa describes the pregnancy as bittersweet. She's looking forward to finally getting the chance to be a mother, yet worries that her first child will think that she was replaced by a new baby. She explains that her difficult past has made her all the more determined to give her child the best possible life. Tressa intends to be open about the adoption to her new child and hopes that the children can someday meet and form a relationship. World's youngest father. Although his identity has been withheld for his protection, we do know the age of the world's youngest father. One 11-year-old boy from Auckland, New Zealand became the youngest father in the world after having a child with a 36-year-old woman. She was the mother of the boy's friend from school and is now facing criminal charges because of the boy's age. If convicted, she could spend up to 20 years in prison for her crime. It's been reported that the woman coerced the young boy into several encounters that eventually ended up in pregnancy. The 11-year-old father confessed to a school principal who promptly alerted authorities. Both the young boy and his son are both believed to be currently in the care of the state. For legal reasons, further details are unavailable at this time regarding this situation. Unknowing mother. If you've ever watched a show featuring women who didn't know that they were pregnant, you may have been skeptical that someone could not notice a human being growing inside their body. But sadly, it happens more often than you might think, and it recently happened to a very young girl in India. After repeatedly complaining about stomach pains, a 10-year-old girl was taken to the hospital where doctors were shocked to discover she was about 30 weeks pregnant. Her parents petitioned India's Supreme Court to allow their daughter to terminate her pregnancy, but were denied the request. In India, terminations after week 20 are not allowed unless there's a threat to the mother's life or the child's. She ended up giving birth via cesarean section, and the surgery was thankfully free of complications. The baby was born healthy, and its grandparents decided to put it up for adoption. As for the 10-year-old mother, she still doesn't know that she was pregnant and delivered a child. Her parents chose to keep it a secret and told her that she was having surgery to remove a stone that had formed in her stomach. The father of the baby is unknown as of this time. Molly Sirigos.
Wow.
One of Australia's youngest parents is Molly Sirigos. She was only 13 when she discovered she was pregnant with the child of her then 14-year-old boyfriend, Oscar Wilkes. When she realized that she was going to have a baby, Molly claims that it was the reactions of those she considered friends that hurt the most. It seemed like everyone around her was encouraging her to terminate her pregnancy, but she refused. Despite the lack of support from her friends, Molly gave birth to a baby boy named Theodore and claimed that having her son caused her to grow up incredibly fast. She dropped out of school but has since returned. Oscar has been supportive of Molly and their son, and the couple has stayed together. In fact, now that Molly is 15 and Oscar is 16, they have found themselves expecting a new addition to the family once more. Although Molly admits that her second pregnancy was unexpected, she is excited for her new baby and believes that she and Oscar can get through whatever life sends their way. System failure. When someone very young falls pregnant, people are quick to point fingers. Some blame the children themselves, others blame society, and many people blame their parents for not educating or supervising them properly. But in this case, Australia's Department of Community Services admits that they really dropped the ball. A father alerted the organization that his ex-wife was allowing his 11-year-old daughter to share a bed with her older boyfriend. At the time, they told him that there was nothing they could do about the situation. Later, when the father was horrified to discover his now 12-year-old daughter was pregnant, the organization admitted that they had made a mistake by not intervening and claimed that they were stretched too thin, and this case was not considered urgent at the time. At least the Department of Community Services is now stepping up and have promised to provide support and parenting services for the young girl. Her father has also stepped up and claims that he will ensure the safety of his grandchild. If you become pregnant as a teenager, what are the odds that you will end up dropping out of high school? 50%, only 10% of women who don't give birth as teens. Parenting is exceptionally difficult, and it's even more challenging when you're still a child yourself. Hopefully hearing about these extremely young parents has made you appreciate all of your free time and disposable income. Before you head out to thank your lucky stars, be sure to like this video and click subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Wow, especially, and guys, if you hear background noise, that's just my mom on the phone with someone. So, other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, comment down below if you guys enjoyed it or what you thought about the video. And also subscribe to the channel for more videos, and also turn on post notifications. So, especially near the beginning, the first one, 5 years old, that's like, it's not even possible, I don't think. Like, I don't know. I don't know how life goes these days anymore. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to TheRichest and to check out the original video, or that will be in the description below. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.